Okay, we're going to make a chief surfing on a Wildcat because it's homecoming and our dress-up day is surfing. So, and we're playing the Wildcat, so let's see what we can do. This may be a disaster. I'm just going to kind of make this up as we go. But this will go out in the hall if it's, if it's good. So do your best. I'm going to draw with a Sharpie. You need to draw with a pencil, and then you can outline it with a Sharpie. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here, like maybe, I don't know, 2 inches, an inch and a half down, kind of in the center. And I'm just going to draw like this headband for a chief, right? And it's basically just a rectangle. You can kind of round the edges if you want, all right? So that's that, and then I'm going to come, this isn't going to be our logo necessarily, like it's not going to look like what our logo looks like, because I want it to be kind of stylized. So I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to like do the feathers like this, almost like waves, okay? And then I'm going to put, I'm just going to do kind of our logo, right? So that's like his eyes here, okay? It doesn't have to be great, but you're going to draw this shape, then the nose, and then the chin, and the jaw, and then go up, all right? And then I'm going to kind of I'm going to use the thick part of the blade, and I'm just going to draw like his hair like this, right? And remember, I want this to look kind of stylized. I don't want it to look realistic. I want it to look a little cartoony. So it's going to be that, right? And he's just, our chief is just going to be surfing. And his hair's blowing back, all right? This is where it gets a little bit tricky. We're going to draw the neck down like that, okay? And then I'm going to have his body kind of facing us. So I'm going to come to this part of his neck, and I'm just going to draw kind of almost a parentheses on its side. That's his shoulder. Then I'm going to draw a straight line up like that. Then I'm going to draw a diagonal line like that. And then I'm going to come all the way back here like that. All right? Then I'm going to do a little blade hand like this. So it's just a triangle. Okay? Now I've got to do the other one. He's balancing on the surfboard. So same thing, I'm going to do parentheses facing up. That's his shoulder. Then a straight line diagonaling down to sort of match that. Then another diagonal coming back. Remember to pause the video if you need to. And then kind of a line up that curves at the end like that. Okay? Then I'm going to give him a triangle hand there. Then I'm going to come to his armpit and I'm just going to draw down like that. Same thing over here. Okay? Let's give him a collar. So he's just got like, that's the collar of his shirt. He's got a wetsuit on. Let's go even a step farther and let's give him some fringe like our mascot costume. It doesn't have to make sense. Like, obviously, you probably wouldn't wear your full Native American garb in the ocean if you're surfing, but this is a stylized, kind of fun, cartoony situation. All right? I will give him, let's give him some board shorts just to be funny. And these might have some flowers on them or something. You can decorate them however you want to decorate them. You can go back and color them, right? So this will be like a buckskin shirt that he's wearing, and then that. And then this leg is going to, so you see how this angle happens? I'm going to come here and then make that angle there. That's his knee. Then I'm going to come up here, I'm going to come, like, imagine a straight line coming straight down his body, and right here, I'm going to draw a parenthesis shape, and then another parenthesis shape, Then I'm going to close it there and give him a foot. Okay, this one's a little trickier because this leg is facing that way, but I want the left leg, this leg, I want the knee sort of facing us. So I'm going to come back up here where that parentheses is, and I'm going to draw kind of a parenthesis shape like that, and a parenthesis shape like that, sort of a narrowing there. I'm going to draw another parenthesis shape or U shape there, and then I'm going to give him same thing, calves, and his foot there, okay? So he's balancing on his surfboard. Great. Let's give him a smile while I'm up here, because he's like enjoying this, yeah? Great. Now we've got this tricky part where we've got to figure out how to put him on a Wildcat. So I'm going to do that. The Wildcat body we'll get to in a second. Well, let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to come and I'm going to draw the back of the Wildcat like that. I'm going to come all the way over there, right? That's going to be his tail in a second, but let's come back over here and let's draw his head. So I'm going to, right here, I'm going to draw like a thing like that, and that's his ear. So it's a parenthesis shape, an opposite parenthesis shape, and then back down. All right? Then I'm going to come right here in the ear. I'm going to draw that line. And then I'm going to draw a line here. That's the inside of his ear. And then I'm going to do a parenthesis shape there. And I'm going to leave that for a second. Now I'm going to come back up to the ear. So you see right here where his ear kind of attaches to his head. I'm just going to do that. Okay? Another parenthesis shape. And then this one is going to go down like that. I'm giving him a pretty big head, but that's okay. Here, I'm going to draw a line up like that. And then I'm going to connect that, make that a point there. And then I'm going to bring it in there. So that's the inside of his ear, and that's the outside of his ear. Okay? Here, I'm going to come in like that. And then bring it down. And then I'm going to draw his nose. It's like a guitar pick shape. Okay? Then I'm going to connect his cheek like that. And then I'm going to do this round thing like this. All right? Pause and slow down if you need to. I'm going kind of fast and I'm not really explaining the shape, so I'm not doing a great job. But it's like 5:30 in the morning and I have to have this done soon. Okay, this next thing, I'm going to come here, see, I'm going to connect this to this, but I'm going to do it by coming out here like this. Okay. Then I'm going to find, so here's his nose. I'm going to make like a Nike shape there, like a Nike swoosh, and then I'm going to swoosh it on the other side too. Then I'm going to draw like a little eye, put in a pupil. Same thing over here. Okay. Now here, I'm going to fix his mouth, so I'm going to do that. And then around like that. And just give him some fangs. Okay. And then his jaw can come up there like that. Okay, so that's sort of the Wildcat shape. Then he's in the water. So I'm going to bring his tail around like this and down like that. And that's as far as I'm going to go. And this is going to be water. Okay. Now I'm going to come up here and I want to make it like just another stylized thing. We're going to match this shape, but we're going to go the opposite way. So I'm going to do a big circle like that. And then I'm going to do this. So he's like inside the wave. And I'm going to bring it all the way down like that. Okay. So he's surfing. And then let's put a little graphic down here, some words. I feel like you can do a much better Wildcat than this, so feel free to take your time and do a good job with that. But down here, I'm going to use these kind of stylized letters. So do this. You're going to draw this line. And we're going to make an R, but it's going to be like this. Make that shape. Then come back up here and just do lines there, and you've got an R. I's are easy. It's just going to be a capital I, D, make that shape, then just put a line there. Then you're going to make like a rectangle like that for the E, and you're just going to do lines there. Ride. I'm going to run out of room. I'm going to go kind of skinny and just a little smaller. You see how I'm making these letters? You just do simple shapes and then you add like the lines in there. And then I'm going to run out of room. I have to be very creative. That's the W. Remember to pause if I'm going too fast. Okay, for cats, it's like the D except backwards. So I'm going to do this and then put a line there. And if you have another way of writing letters, you can do that. But I think this is kind of cool. Okay, the S is a little tricky. Draw a diagonal line there and a diagonal line there. And then you're just going to come around with that and then come around like that. And you've got your S. Ride the Wildcats. Or it could say Surf's Up, or it could say Cowabunga, or Totally Tubular, or anything like that. All right, pause the video if you need to pause the video, and there you go. Ride the Wildcat, Surf's Up. After you do this in pencil, outline it in Sharpie, and then color it. Yellow cats are kind of yellow, probably the same color as our shirt and pants and moccasins, right? But there you go. Have fun.